All right, let's bring in Newsmax Senior National Security Policy Analyst Ric Grenell. Ambassador Grenell, thanks so much for making time for us tonight. We just had some breaking news there from John Jordan. Vladimir Putin looks like he's in ill health. How does this affect everything that's going on the other side of the globe here?
Well, I don't want to reveal any intelligence. Obviously, as former DNI, I've got to be careful. But let me just say generally that we've always watched world leaders become madmen and have always prescribed some sort of a reason for it. And if you look at Vladimir Putin, he's really gone into a phase unlike any other phase that he's been in. He's always been somebody who pushes propaganda and fights for Russia oligarchs. But the reality is that over the last year or two, if you look at the speeches that he's given and the videos, something is happening. Something is clearly different about this situation. And I think that what you have is a situation that when individuals recognize the limitations of their humanity, they begin to think about how they want to be thought of and placed in the history books. And for Vladimir Putin, he has always wanted to bring back the glory days of the Soviet Empire. And clearly his decisions of late are heading in that direction, or at least that's what he wants to think. And the reality is that the Russian military is not what it used to be. And that's, I think, one of the big pieces of news and new information that we've learned through the war in Ukraine is that Russia is not what they used to be when it comes to a military fight.
Rick, I'd like to get your thoughts on this. Secretary of State Antony Blinken and Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin visited with President Zelensky this week, and Biden asked Congress to approve $33 billion more to Ukraine. Meanwhile, the commanding officer of the USS George Washington told his crew that the Navy will begin to move sailors off of the aircraft carrier following a string of suicides and complaints from service members about the conditions of on board that ship. We already know from the recruiting efforts from the military branches down the board here that the wokeification inside these branches has been well documented and it's affect recruiting. What is your confidence that we're doing everything that we can for our men and women in uniform right now?
Look, I'm a diplomat, and I try to stay in the diplomatic kind of lane. And I'm somebody who believes that our State Department employees and staffers, American staffers around the world and all the embassies need to have support, and we don't need to push them aside. We've clearly pushed them aside. When it comes to the military, they have plenty of money. Let's be honest. They have a lot of money. The money hasn't gone to paying our military soldiers appropriate levels. That's what I believe. I also think that we're woefully behind on hardware, but we have a whole bunch of other programs that we are doing inside the Pentagon. You look at the Pentagon and there's a deputy assistant secretary for this and that. They have too many management equipped, the best trained, ready to go, because that gives our diplomats on the front line the ability to avoid war. If you want to avoid war, then you better have tough diplomats that are sitting at the table saying, look, let's negotiate something, let's try to come to a resolution, because if we don't get it right here at this table, if we can't solve the problem diplomatically, then I got to transfer this file over to the Pentagon, and they don't negotiate. Now, that's the way that the U.S. government should be. But too many people in official Washington are rushing in, shoving the State Department aside, rushing in with the military, and we're asking our military men and women to do things that they're not supposed to be doing. They're supposed to carry guns and protect the national security of the Americans, and if you want to win hearts and minds, that should be the State Department.
Ric Grenell, thanks so much for joining us here on Saturday night on The Count. We appreciate it.